What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back once again to the Thrash Maniac 99 YouTube channel, and I'm back for another CD collection video for you guys. Yeah, decided to go ahead and do one since I got a pretty good stack here. Now, I'll preface, I do have more CDs that came that's not in this stack. That's because the reason why I'm not including them in this video is because I'm saving that for the next update, because I got a bunch of stuff coming up very, very soon, and I kind of want to wait to do my next update for when the majority of what I just ordered recently gets here. So without further ado, let's get started into this one. Now, a lot of these are going to be like multiples from the same band, largely to complete discographies for some bands, and for another reason I'll get into much later. But kicking things off, we have a pair. We have the remaining stuff I needed to complete the Triptychon discography. I already had their latest album, Milana Chasmata. I wanted to get the debut, and I'm going to have to try and pronounce this, Imperistera Daemons. I think I got that right. But yeah, this debut from 2010, basically right after the whole Celtic Frost breakup, and basically Tom Warrior decided he wanted to keep that vibe he had going with Monotheist on this album. And yeah, this, as well as the Shatter EP and Milana Chasmata, are all basically Monotheist on steroids. So if you are a fan of that gothic death doom style that Celtic Frost employed for Monotheist, you will love everything Triptychon has done. And I got these two at the same time to complete the collection, because essentially the Shatter EP was leftover songs from this album that just didn't make the cut. But yeah, awesome stuff right here. Now, the next 5 are all albums from the one and only Incantation to complete the Incantation discography. So here we got the Infernal Storm, which came out in 2000 on Relapse Records. And this was a pretty solid follow-up to arguably their best album, Diabolical Conquest. While not nearly as good, it's still a really solid album. Tracks like Nocturnal Kingdom of Demonic Enlightenment, Heaven Departed, Sempiternal Pandemonium. Some really, really good stuff on this album, for damn sure. Then following that, we got, from 2002, Blasphemy. And this one version I got is a re-release from Hell's Headbangers, which, by the way, if you are a fan of the underground and you want to get some damn good albums at a pretty damn good price, go to hellsheadbangers.com. They do a great job at everything that they do. Even their label for upcoming releases are kick-ass. Hell, I believe I got the Schizophrenia album, even though that's Redefining Darkness, that was sent to me via Hell's Headbangers. But anyways, Blasphemy, yeah, arguably the worst Incantation album, but still really good in its own right. Like, there's no bad Incantation album. This one would just rank lower just because it doesn't quite hold up to the rest of the discography. But songs like A Once Holy Throne, A Crown of Decayed Salvation, His Weak Hand, there's some really damn good stuff on this album for sure, but maybe the worst Incantation album cover. It's kind of like that CGI shit that was happening at that time. Then we get the follow-up, and the first one with John McEntee taking over vocals, and that's Decimate Christendom. Huge improvement from Blasphemy. Songs like Oath of Armageddon, Blaspheming the Sacrament, Unholy Empowerment of Righteous Deprivation. I mean, just the song titles fucking rule, so what more can I say about it? And John McEntee's voice, just the perfect voice for Incantation. Next, we got Dirges of Elysium from 2014 on Listenable Records, and this is a pretty solid one. Tracks like Carrion Prophecy with those evil bends, Portal Consecration from Glaciate Womb, Bastion of a Plague Soul. There's fucking great stuff on this album for sure. And Dan Swano mixing and mastering it. There you have it. Same goes for the last one that I got, and that's Profane Nexus from 2017. Maybe another lower ranked one, but still pretty solid in its own right. Songs like Los Sepulchri, or I think that's how you say it. Messiah Nostrum, Ancients Arise, Visceral Hexahedron. Yeah, pretty good stuff on here, but again, it would probably rank lower. If I were to do an Incantation album ranking, you'll see how I would rank it, but yeah, still a solid one. Next up, I got this album, one of my favorites from last year, but it took me a lot of effort and money to get this one, and it was sent to me from Sweden, and that is In Mornings, The Bleeding Veil. I talked about it at length in my review of the album whenever it came out late last year. Basically, this is like Opeth and Insomnium had a baby, and you get In Morning. Like, you get a lot of that prog influence and some of the riffs of Opeth, that vocal dynamic of the cleans and the growls/screams, but you also get a lot of like that Insomnium somber quality attached to it. Some really good progressive melodic death metal from Sweden, and one of my favorites from last year. Now, these next four are going to be from, well, we talked about Incantation just now. Let's talk about their big brother, and that is Immolation. I completed the Immolation discography, and we first got Unholy Cult, the follow-up to maybe the best album from Immolation, that being Close to a World Below. I don't know. I'm not going to commit to that in case I rank Immolation. But yeah, a worthy follow-up in its own right on Listenable Records. And this version actually comes with a DVD from when they played a bunch of live shows like in Amsterdam, Paris, Los Angeles. And fucking brutal stuff. And this album, one of the last albums to really feature that whole like occult, anti-religious theme before they would switch gears in their lyrics to more societal and political lyrics that would go through at least until Acts of God, maybe Acts of God was kind of like a return to that style a little bit, but yeah, this was a hell of an album in 2002. And then following that up in 2005, I believe, when this came out, and that is Harnessing Ruin. And this was the transition going away from the anti-religious lyrics into more of the society, political stuff. And this was a hell of a transition for them, and it was a great album in its own right. My Own Enemy, the title track, Our Savior Sleeps, Challenge the Storm, Crown the Liar, just really, really fun stuff right there. Very heavy and dissonant. And then follow up to that, Shadows in the Light, pretty much keeping on the theme from Harnessing Ruin, and the style is very, very similar, so definitely check it out. And then the follow-up to that, when they moved from Listenable Records to Nuclear Blast, where they currently are, Majesty and Decay from 2010. Big production upgrade. Like, it sounds big, it sounds clear. Yeah, some people might dislike it for it being a little too clean. I love the clean sound, personally, because you can hear everything. And the title track alone sells this album for me. And now to the big stack. The next 9 are all from Black Dahlia Murder, and that's because whenever I heard the unfortunate news of Trevor Strnad passing away back earlier in the month, like right when I got home from work, I decided to just go ahead and buy all of the Black Dahlia albums I didn't have, which was pretty much everything minus one album, and that was Abysmal, so I pretty much went out and bought the rest. So we got Unhallowed, which is a hell of a debut, especially for tracks like Funeral Thirst and Elder Misanthropy and Contagion. Great album right there for a debut. Then we got the follow-up with Miasma, where production was upgraded, musicianship was tighter, songs like A Vulgar Picture, Statutory Ape, Flies, the title track. Great, awesome stuff there. Then to what most people would argue is their best, and that's Nocturnal. And this was huge in the mid-2000s, or actually late 2000s, more likely. Songs like Everything Went Black, What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse, The title track, Death Mask Divine, fucking amazing. Then we would get, after that, Deflorate, which definitely another production upgrade in terms of how clean it sounds, but it sounds killer. I will return the closing track, one of my favorite Black Dahlia songs. Then we got the follow-up to that with Ritual 2011, and fucking killer shit as well. Same going for Everblack, and this one in particular I was really happy to get because I would say this is up there among the best Black Dahlia albums. And then we got 2017's Nightbringers, and just to kind of show you the cool packaging they did with this, it like completely opens up like this, and you get like the lyrics on all the different panels of the album, and I gotta remember how in the hell you put it all together. I think I got it. There we go. But yeah, another great one. And then what will probably end up being their final album, because if you ask me, I don't think they're going to continue. I think they're done. And we get the final one, Verminous from 2020, which didn't check out at the time. But yeah, pretty much that's all my stack. And the reason why I went through the Black Dahlia stuff really fast is because I want to eventually, at some point, do a Black Dahlia discography ranking. Maybe I will guarantee by the end of this year, we're going to do a Black Dahlia Murder discography ranking. But yeah, that is my latest CD collection update. Pretty good chunk there. Like I said, I got quite a few more that came, but I'm going to save those for the next update because I want to work on that stack a little bit. But yeah, almost to 700 CDs. It's growing at a big rate, and don't plan on stopping. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Horns high. See you in the next one.
I'm very mad right now. You're kidding me. You are kidding me.
Nah.
He was kidding me. Bruh.
No, I'm not.
No.
I win.
Are you kidding me? No.
I had 4.
I was 1 card away.
No,
1 card.
clutch.
No, dude. Unbelievable. I had 3 7s and a wild card, as well as 3 8s, 2 9s. I was there, dude. No.
So, yeah, it is what it is. But anyways, I whooped his ass.
Boo! Trash game!